So welcome everybody.
Oops. Morning. Okay.
So let's all gather together. So I just invite all of us to just relax into our beautiful womanly feminine bodies. Just reconnect with that feminine source within us. And how that feels for you. Wow. Ladies, we got some powerful ladies here because I can feel this. Whoa! So let's connect with each other and our sisters who are not able to be here with us today, and all the women out there who are part of us already.
Thank you.
Support of sisterhood. So Veronique, welcome. And we're just doing, I just welcome you to just take a big breath and just join us here. Feel the power of your feminine source. And I invite you to tune into what is it that you would like for yourself today and this week? And what is it that you would like for every single woman around the globe? And I also want you to ask, what support is it that you would like from your sisterhood right now as we're gathered here today? And I invite all of us, including myself, to maintain this beautiful, luscious space of heart connections with all of you as we're sharing together, as we're offering each other our wisdom and our love. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the gift of each of your presence. And I can feel each of your power. Did anybody else feel that? Yeah, so really, really lovely. So I want to invite Veronique, who's here for the very first time from Belgium. And Veronique, I was just bragging on you because I was so excited that the woman who runs Passion Test for the Belgium country is here. The reason was because we've been talking a lot about passion and sharing together among ourselves. And here we have you, who is going to be a wonderful resource for us.
Yes, I am the national director of Belgium for the Passion Test.
Wow, that's great.
I know, isn't that great? Because, you know, we've had a lot of questions and stuff, and here you are. So, Veronique, just to let you know, how we normally begin is that each of us will just spend a couple minutes just saying who we are, where we're from, and what our genius is. And either a question that we have right now, or what is the support that we would like from the women here today, or, you know, just something that you want to share about yourself that you would like for us to know. Okay? So, I will get started. I'm, you know, Ruby, and I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm so blessed to live like 10 minutes north of the Golden Gate Bridge, because that's something that everybody knows around the world, right? And my gosh, what would I like to support today? You know, isn't that interesting? I can't think of what I would like support today.
You feel like you're supported already?
You know, and well, maybe I'll just say, you know, I feel like there's so much more that we can talk about support and genius, and we're going to be moving on to, I'm going to be introducing purpose, okay? then we can kind of integrate it all together. And oh, so last time I was talking about I want to have more fun as one of my passions, right? So I really appreciated that Rosalina followed up on that. And when I was like penning, we were going back and forth, she says, well, did you include some fun on your weekend? So thank you, Rosalina. So I guess that's what I will continue to ask. If the sister would just remind me, because we forget, right? Get so busy caught up. So that's what I'm just going to say. If people remind me, what you've heard me talk about, what's important to me. Okay? So thank you very much. Rosalina, so how would you like to go next, please?
Well, in terms of support, it's interesting because when we talk about support, we tend to like to support others, and then asking ourselves for support, like what you just had. Maybe like not quite sure, but at the same time, I think that the universe supports us. Having that understanding and that awareness just gives us a calming feel to the morning, and I have been feeling that more recently. Having the understanding that we're doing what we're doing best. We're doing all the things that we say we are trying to achieve. So yesterday I had a group meeting with a woman in business that I facilitate, and it's about the power of focus. So, and we out of that we mentioned something about whatever, when life happens, when things doesn't go according to plan, it's something that the universe throws at us for a certain reason. Of course, at that point of time, it could be stressful, but at the same time, just embracing it and understanding that it's actually part of what we need, part of what we need to undergo, to learn from those experiences.
Yeah.
So,
That's beautiful, Rosalina. Thank you. So I don't know whether everybody actually knows you're here. I think most of them do, but you still may want to introduce yourself since Veronique is new. Where are you from, Rosalina? I'm not sure if Veronique knows that.
so I am based in New Plymouth, New Zealand, in Taranaki, at the North Island. So I live around the coast, and back behind me is a really beautiful volcanic mountain. Yeah, I'm originally from Singapore, but I'm living here for the last 10 years now.
And Veronique, she's in the EMC with us also. Okay, so just to let you know. So thank you, Rosalina. Rosalina, I usually don't see you with your hair like this. It's beautiful like that.
Oh, thank you. I've got makeup on. So I've got a meeting shortly after this.
Yeah, because I know it's really early for you. So thank you for joining us. Nuna is here. Great. Hi, Nuna.
Hello.
Hi, Nuna.
Hi. My little one had trouble sleeping. That's why I'm so late. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. We just got started, So I just invite you to just, we just went through the grounding. So I just invite you to take a big breath.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Breathe into that beautiful body of yours. And our group here is instantly bringing you into our hearts in the circle.
Definitely.
Okay? You feel that love and that support for you and that energy for you. Okay? So, Jan, would you like to share and introduce yourself?
So I too live around the San Francisco Bay Area, which is oftentimes a gift, but also just picture, I think we are the third worst commute in the country, and we're connected by bridges. So there are not alternative ways to get over from here to there. And I end up being in a lot of commuter stuff where I am like just breathing and enjoying what I have, but also so I just came back from one of those experiences. So I'm still working on my grounding. I am a blaze. I do enjoy being with people. I also create things. So I like to create programs and and whatnot. So I know there's dynamo in there, but I definitely register out as a blaze. On the passion test, what was coming through more than coaching and whatever was being a mentor, going back to teaching. So I'm weighing with all of that as well. And
Beautiful.
And so I ask for grounding as I'm trying to really, really figure out and feel what my calling is. Being a blaze, I can easily say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I can fit that. I can do that. I've done that. And I'm here just really trying to feel which iteration truly is being called to come out and share. So
That's wonderful. So Jen, maybe we'll support you with that today.
thank you.
Okay. So that sounds like that's really up for you. So yeah, so I forgot to share. I'm Blaze, and then Rosalina, what are you?
Blaze as well.
Yeah. Okay, good. And we'll get to you, Veronica. So, Lisa, would you like to share, please?
3 blazes in a row. Yay! I'm a dynamo creator, but I feel I also have a blaze in me and other, things in me. But I came out more as a dynamo, which I didn't knew before taking the test. So I can embrace my creative side. I also tend to get a lot of ideas, and I can do this, that, get pulled out. And so I feel I need to channel really into, more towards my passion and purpose, bring more of my passion into my purpose.
Well, let's take a look at that today, okay? I think that's good. And like I said, let's take a look at that today. So.
And I've got to ask about Kentucky. I mean, it's all over the top there. So is that where you are? Is that what is that for you? Like
Kentucky, it's called the bluegrass area. So it's kind of an idyllic small town place. It's very good to be with your spirit, and this area has certain psychic power in it. I feel
that.
Yeah. But at the same time, I also feel to really take my work, I have to move out of it. And my daughter says, Kentucky is very best to be in touch with your dream, who you are, but if you live there too long, your dream dies. And I think that's true.
That's so interesting that, Jen, that you picked up on that, because I didn't see that.
Yeah, and so coming from Northern California, we always love hearing that there are people that are into their spirit place on a strong basis in the middle of what we call our South. So it's wonderful to hear.
Yeah, because, for those of you who are not Americans, right, Kentucky is sort of like what we consider rural South. Yeah. So, as Californians, we get snobby and we think, there's quality going. Anyways, so Deborah, would you like to share and introduce yourself? So I think some of these people are new to you then, so they'd love to hear about you.
Okay, well, my name is Deborah, and I live in Northeast Texas, which is very rural. And I live on 11 acres in the pine tree country, and there's lots of lakes around here, so it's very nurturing for me, because nature has always been where, even as a child, I would go to get centered when I was dealing with a lot of different things. So it's kind of I keep asking myself, why can't I grow my business here, a different business than one, but anyway, why can't I grow that where I'm at? So that's my question. I'm I'm living in with myself, instead of the belief system that keeps coming up about you can't do what you love in a rural area. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I think that's such a great question for a lot of us, because, you know, those of us who are in America, and I know like within the GEM community, okay, within Rogers community, there's a lot of people in small countries, right? See, and then you want to go beyond your countries. How do you do that, right? It's totally possible. So that's a really good question to come up today too. All right, thank you. Thank you, Deborah. So Veronique.
Yes.
Welcome you again. Your first time here with us.
Yes. But I am Veronique. I am from Belgium in Europe. And for me, it's the evening now. And it's 9:30 in the evening. A little bit more. And I am a tempo energy.
Yes.
I am a supporter star mechanic accumulator. So, I have the similar in the 4. When you see the image of the Wealth Dynamic program, you see that I am in the 4. I am the 4 profile, and I recognize me in the 4 profile. And I am the national director for the passion test in Belgium. And what I have problem for the moment is to send my invoice to my clients. And Roger Hamilton, it's the value, because I was a victim of domestic violence, and now it is stopped only for 1 week or 2 weeks. The 18th of September, the judge recognized me as a victim. And then now I can be other, because I was asking to have this recognition, to be able to grow up. And I am developing my activity with the passion test. The passion test for business and the passion test for kids and teens here in Belgium, and all over the world, because I can do that also with Skype, Zoom, and so on. I can do all the session online, and I can teach it in French and in English.
Eric, so welcome, and I really want to. I appreciate you sharing that piece of information about yourself, about being, and let's come back to you, because there's actually people here that are very interested in that topic, and we've been actually talking about doing a special circle around that theme. Okay? So,
with pleasure.
Yeah, well, part of it is because we recognize there's far more women than most of us know.
Yes,
who's gone through abuse and trauma on some level.
Yes, and this is the people that I want to help. It is the person who are victim from domestic violence, and more about psychological, social, and economical violence, because it's an invisible violence. And it is so difficult to go outside of this, but the passion test is helping me for that.
That's beautiful. And again, you know, let's first of all support you about your invoice thing. But before we get into that,
Thank you.
Nuna,
it's my value, because it was in the victim. I give me no value of what I am working and what I am doing.
I understand. So we want to support you on that. We're going to come back, okay? But I want Nuna. So Nuna, do you feel a little bit more settled in, a little bit more?
Yes, I'm settled in right now. Just for you, just to say, just take a deep breath. I was settled. So thank you for that.
That's good.
I am Nuna, and I live in Denmark. I'm Danish. And I work as a family coach and psychotherapist and speaker. And yeah, my passion is definitely to help people thrive. Today in my practice, I've had 3 kids, 3 boys actually, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 12-year-old, helping them to thrive. And a family with a couple and their teenage daughter. So that's what I work with, and that's really my passion, to help other people. Realizing how powerful they are, how much they're alive through. I'm a trauma therapist as well. How much that the traumas from our childhood, yes, it affects us in our moments, but it can be the past. It can be something that belongs to the past and doesn't affect us in the present moment. But I see a lot of my clients, as you were talking about, I can see the running. Yeah, I can see that so many of my clients, and even myself, we are so. Our past is so much a part of our present moment, and even more than we are aware of. It's only 5% which is conscious of our consciousness. 95% is unconscious for us. So that's why so much of our old stuff is still. This is what I'm working for, and what really is my passion is there is a possibility to move forward. There is a possibility to heal and move forward.
Yes.
And I'm a Dynamo creator. My internet connection is unstable. It says, can you see me and hear me?
Now we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
We can see you. You were going out a little bit in and out, but we could still understand you.
Okay. And I think, my passion, when I see the different pictures in front of me, it's something about balance, spirituality, teaching, creativity, and family. But teaching and creativity and helping people, that's really my passion.
Yeah, that's
core passion.
So Nuna, is there anything that you would like support on? Several things have been brought up among the women so far. I mean, do you have something that's different, or pretty much the same of what somebody has said already in terms of what you would like to talk about?
For me, there's not really a special thing for me. It's just so nice for me to be part of this group. It really, it helps me be connected with women all over the world, feeling the same power, that we are on the same path. We want to do something for the world together. But I want to mention, though, I got an email from the Rogers Institute about this Women iLab thing. Have you heard about that?
Yeah,
yes.
That's
I've applied.
You can apply for winning some. Of course, you can go and pay the prize, but you can also win some kind of prize where everything is paid for you, and you can nominate someone else. Just wanted to say that.
Well, actually, I'm going to apply, ladies.
I have applied.
I have applied too.
Yes, good.
So this is all wonderful. So anyway, Nuna, I'm so happy that you say that just being here, you feel connected with the women.
Yes.
You know how, like, in our grounding, I always say that. I always say, let's feel all the women around the world, right?
Yeah.
And, part of me was saying, oh, Ruby, that's like,
No, it's so important.
But I feel like it's true. I feel that. Every time I say that, I do feel that, And so I appreciate you saying that.
And for me, it's so interesting. I haven't been on a Zoom call like this before, but just hearing Mita from Kentucky, and you can see the Kentucky all over the ceiling, and even running from Belgium, which is close to me, and it feels like I know you already. I've seen Mita sometimes, and Rosalina sometimes, and you, Ruby, and And it's a very strong thing to be a part of this kind of community, because I think that it goes on, not only these 45 minutes that we are connected, it goes on in our hearts during the week.
Thank you, because Nuna, that is what the Heart of All Women is all about.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of times people ask, well, how are you different than Facebook? How are you different than all those other things out there, right? And I know, like, we have our unique sauce. And I haven't been as good communicating it because I'm too close to it.
Oh, yeah.
But those of us who've been doing it, we feel it, we know it, but we just don't know, because obviously we want all the women to have this. I mean, it truly feels like sisterhood. You know, actually last Monday we talked about it, you know. We talked about it last Monday. It was beautiful, because what actually came up last Monday in our session is, what does sisterhood mean to you? And what do you want from sisterhood? You know? And the thing that came out was basically trust and no judgment.
Yes.
You know? And I think people feel that. All right. So let's talk about the thing that several of you have brought up. You know, is like, how do you identify, like, to reach as many people as possible, and also what do you want to reach the message with, right? Because Jan, what I'm hearing you say, it's like you want to decide, you know, you have so many different things, right? So what is it that you do want to kind of identify? Okay. So this week is kind of interesting, because Nuna 2 weeks ago was saying, well, she's got all this stuff, but it was very correct at that time to say, well, Nuna, you don't have to choose, right? And that
was so supportive. It really supported me.
Yeah.
I came out of this session realizing I can be who I am with all my ideas. It's okay.
Right. And what I get for Jan this week, though, is that she does need help to, again, not to narrow it down, because I don't like that word, right? But it's more about how supporting Jan to identify which one is the highest passion, which one is the closest to purpose, right?
And just to say you, the brain can only focus on 5 or 7 things at a time. And it is important for you to know the 5 or 7 things who are the most important for you. And this is why the passion test is all about. Because when you have too many activities, too many choices, it is difficult to focus on one thing. And the passion test is there to discover what are the most important things for you, and then to focus only on that. And you get all what you do, you get all what you want. But when you are focused on what you want, it is better to have to obtain it.
You know what? That's interesting. I think that when it is clear and it's not fear that's preventing us from making a choice, okay? I think what happens then is the opportunities actually comes up addressing Deborah's question. So somehow I just got that it's related, you know? So it's sort of like we can say, well, you know, I'm in a market, like I live in Kentucky, there's nobody here. Whatever. Or I can say, well, I live in San Francisco, there's too much competition. Right? So it's easy for us to kind of go there. But I think what Veronique's saying is when it gets really clear, and it's not narrowing ourselves, but it's actually making the choice of what is best for us, then like the opportunities actually show up.
Yes.
You know? So
And the formula of the passion test is intention, attention, and no tension. Have a clearly intention, then put all your attention on your intention to do all what is possible to do, and then let go to the outcome.
Okay, so what was the third one? Intention, attention, and what was the third one?
No tension.
No tension.
Letting go.
Oh, okay.
No tension.
Yes, no tension.
No idea.
Okay, so that's the letting go part.
Yes,
Okay.
That's the trust to the universe.
yes, it's that.
Okay. See, when people don't say they don't know what they want, I always believe we really actually do know what we want, but we're just afraid to own it. Jen, I see you so nodding your head.
And where do you put your attention? Is it on your fear or on what you want?
Yeah.
Because it is also to know where you put your attention on grows stronger in your life.
So Jen, you were so nodding your head. So if you knew, okay, the genie's right there saying there's nothing that's going to stop you. You're going to have exactly what you want to do. And you have like the next 20 seconds to say it. What is that?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, yes. I said Jan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Big breath. The game.
That's the right thing to do. Take a deep breath.
No, I don't. It's not coming through. That's it. There's like 5 things coming through. So, and what happens for me is, and I my middle name was Distel, and I made it my last name. And I always think about it as distilling the essence that connects these 4 or 5 things that for me are important, and they connect, and how do I bring that through? And that's where I am. So health, I have 2 autoimmune conditions. I don't want them anymore. I have them managed, but I want them gone. And so I have been searching and experimenting, and I'm seeking, because with that is about having extraordinary energy. I'm 68, and I have great energy. I'm somebody who dances and performs, and people think I'm 20 years younger, 30 years younger. It doesn't matter what they think. I know there's more energy for me. And as I know that and explore that and live that, I can also really be of service to other women in particular. So it's really important for me, the health, and genuinely being there and walking and dancing my talk, since I perform. And then it's looking to see, how do I want to share this in a way that is in alignment with how I want to live. So I created a coaching business at one point 3 years ago. And as it was growing, everything inside of me said, this is not right. This is not what you want to do. And what happens is I start to sabotage those things quite effectively. And then, I produce I produce 40 television programs that are still on the internet. I own them. I can have them. And they're really, a good 15 of them are really good. And my immediate thing is, let's do podcasts, because that would be really fun, or this or that. So for me, I'm in this distilling stage, I think, of the passion test helped me to understand that it wasn't actually coaching, it's mentoring, it's teaching again. Because I know I want to have adventures in other countries. So ladies, I love seeing you, even this other country called Kentucky. Because for those of us who live in Northern California, Kentucky is another country, trust us. And probably rural Texas, although I grew up in Maine. So,
you know what, Jen? You know what? You just described what you can do. Okay? So the reason I kind of stopped you, because I wanted you to really see this.
Thank you.
Because you're going on and on and on about all this, okay? But you first said, well, I don't know. And then you started talking about it. And the first few things you said, I said, oh my God, I see a whole vocation around that. First 3 things you said. Okay, I see Deborah nodding, you know. See, it's like, this is where we have to reflect back to each other. Because we can't see it, right? You're talking about it and you're not seeing the picture. Because when you talk about how you're interested in health and energy, you know how many women in their 50s and 60s would love to have mentoring from other women just on how to increase their energy?
Oh, yes. I do know that because, you know, the thing is, all of us, we can't buy any more time. But if we're truly energetic and truly present in the life that we're living, that's how we buy more time.
Okay. So I would like to invite you to think about, you use the word mentoring, okay?
Yes.
So, you know, and this is the thing that we talked about with Nuna, rather than following the formula that they say out there, you know, do podcasts, do TV shows, do coaching. That's what they kind of teach you, right? What I heard you say is that you love to mentor. If you just had like 3 to 5 clients that you are mentoring about how to bring up their energy, how to be healthy, how to include dance again,
right?
That could be very lucrative right there.
How does it sound, Jen? The things that Ruby suggests.
Probably on the financial part, good. I have some work to do in that area. I was raised by a socialist and then a gambler. So I have neither, you know, kind of refined. So it's like, yes, I do know that model should be quite lucrative. I think there's a part of me, Ruby, also, and I'm an evangelist. If I know something and know that it works, I want to get that out, as well as, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in America, the mythology around aging, the information around aging is so wrong.
Yes.
And so particularly awful around women. But we are part of it. So even I know that, but I find myself falling into it. You have to be really vigilant. So this is where I can see a podcast and whatnot being effective, not for money, but for my evangelist side. Yeah. So Ruby, I need to hear more from you and working that way, because obviously I do need to make money. It's just not my first or second or fourth or fifth thought. So that
brings up something else about, are you willing to make it sustainable? Okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something really challenging, and I'm gonna ask permission. Remember, we actually talked about this last meeting, all right? When somebody said, I want you women to kick me in the butt and sisterhood too, not just be supportive and non-judgmental. Okay? So I'm gonna ask for permission to yield the sword right now. Do I have that permission?
Hold on.
The chest is.
I know, Ruby, you can do it.
No, but are you ready?
I'm opening up. Hold on, should I put it right here?
Because if the whole thing is that I'm gonna say, like, you know, you have so much to offer. You can talk about it, and you can also allow yourself to receive. How to make it sustainable.
Yes.
Okay, because honey, if it's not sustainable,
right,
then you're not fully offering your gift.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay?
Yes.
So this is why I actually even stopped you a little bit, because you can keep on talking, you know, for the rest of the session, but not come up with a solution to help you to really fully step into it, that you can really deliver and offer.
Thank you.
Okay? And I'm available to you to talk to you further about how to make it sustainable.
I'm going to
one of our circle leaders. I love you. Okay? That's what we're doing with each other as part of the circles, right?
I will kick you up on it, and to know that you guys will all enjoy this. I am in a course now called The Heart of Business, and it's when how can you still have a heart when you also need to make money? And it's run by a man who is an entrepreneur, and he's a Sufi. And combines both of those in his teaching. So I am on the search, Ruby, and I would very much like your
Thank
feedback.
you for receiving. Thank you for accepting the sword.
Yes, thank you.
And I hope you got that the sword was lined with love and velvet.
This neck is very conscious when anybody says a sword. It's gone through many, many lifetimes of being hung and slit and, all of those things. So, so thank you for, it was a very gentle one, which I think is one of our feminine leadership qualities.
Thank you. So thank you so much for receiving. Okay. Because you have so much, and because the whole thing of, see, you said it. Usually what we say we want, what we really want, it comes out first. Those are the first things you said. And so many women need that.
Yeah.
So, and literally if you had 3 women you were coaching, I mean, that could be financially viable right there.
I'm going to talk with you.
You know what I mean? So you don't even have to think about, I got to build a following, I got to do podcasts, I got to do these TV shows, and the normal things that they teach us. So anyways, well, so the other thing, God, this is kind of interesting. This gathering seems to be really getting into practical stuff. So Veronique, this is really interesting because usually we're very soft. I'm actually kind of glad that woman on Monday said, I also want my sister to, this is great that it's all sisterhood and nice and warm and fuzzy and no judgment and everything, right? But I also want sisterhood to, to keep me, on. So,
stand.
Yeah. So Veronique, the thing that I really want to support you with is getting your invoices out.
Yes.
So are people waiting for your invoice? Roger actually said that to you.
Yes, asking my questions, and I know that I must rehear what he has said on the last mastermind, the entrepreneur mastermind group.
Yeah. So what I'm referring to, ladies, is that I just heard a recording 2 days ago. It's interesting because I usually don't listen to it. And here I heard your portion. Okay. She asked a question, and the way I understood it was that you basically have people asking you for your invoices.
Yes.
Waiting for your invoices. Roger said.
I think my problem is that I have financial problems, and I think that I must open new bank accounts for my clients to post the money there. And because I didn't know that the finance and so on keep the money that I cannot use for something else. And I have the solution. I know what I must do. No, I must take action to do that. And also because my ex-husband was controlling all the time. And then if I get some money, they will pick it up for my children that cannot say me, I love you, Mom. And it is the problem. So it was a conflict in myself. And I know that I can send my invoice to my client. They are waiting for that. It's only a blocking for myself to do that. And also because I give me no value to myself.
So how can we support
not enough?
You understand where all your barriers are, okay? So how can we support you?
Just give me the energy to do that.
We give you the energy
to take action.
Yes. But perhaps we can help you reframe the thing about sending an invoice. Because sometimes we got a special story connected to sending those kind of invoices.
Yes, I know that I have a story with my parents with that.
Yes. So be the first step, and what I see, the first step is being aware of what kind of story am I telling around these invoices. Is it something about I'm not worth anything, so it's uncomfortable for me to take any money for it? That could be one
of this. It can be that.
But perhaps we can help you like reframe it or tell a new story about those invoices. Like, if I don't send this invoice to you, perhaps the story could be that you won't get the value out of it, because it's only in the minute you pay something for it that it really brings value to you. So it's a gift that I'm giving you, this invoice. Because I know that what Rogers is talking about as well. Things for, I don't know if it's Rogers or someone else I heard of. Things for free, we don't value them same as thing that we have paid for.
Yeah.
So actually you're giving your clients a gift. You are bringing them forth for them to pay the invoices. Perhaps.
Yes, I can think about that, and I think that I must write a new story for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, sorry, Lise, I've got to go soon. I just maybe just say a few things before I leave.
Yes.
I've got a half an hour drive to a next appointment. So on that note on capturing what we want, and you know what Jen said and what Veronica said, and about invoicing and money, because money is a flow. I think to me, financial goals and wealth is a unit of freedom. So if you think of getting money and invoicing coming to you, is also a unit of freedom for you to be free, to be not tied to whatever barriers that you are feeling, whatever limitations that you're feeling in terms of the whole of your husband has on you or whatever other needs. So you finding that giving the value that we give out to our clients, and that they really truly appreciate and want to give back to us, because they know that they understand and are aware of how much time and effort it takes for us to produce and offer them a solution and offer them this whole experience. I think those clients are the ones that truly value what we offer, will be happily to pay. Those who don't offer, or sometimes a bit casual about things, those are the ones that probably have not thought and come into mind that they may not fully either trust us yet. That's probably where you think, all right, so how can you position yourself as an authority with really clear communications and your clear identity that attracts those clients that you want to work with, right? But then the others, they may take a bit of more time to build those relationships with you, to see how it is before they actually come on board. All right, and sometimes, as women, we tend to like to give. It's good to give, but it's also good to receive. But at the same time, I think for me, my passion is balance, health, balance, teaching, learning. So I have got that very well aware. So when I took the passion test, like these 5 are my anchors. How do all these 5 actually integrate with each other in my life? I've actually thought about it. So I teach belly dancing, I coach women in business, I do digital marketing, and when I work with a client, it's a lot of all of that. It's a lot of spiritual awareness, understanding their limiting beliefs, and then having a talk and a discussion, but not enforcing it onto them. Just coming up with, giving them, kind of what Roger does anyways, giving them ideas and mentorship and other stories of what has happened, and just solutions that they can possibly take. So like say for invoicing, for example, it could be that people can prepay. If you put it on your website, it's okay, that you have already done. Maybe you need to just invoice them once. Subsequently, if you just, get them to do a recurring program and prepay, it's so much easier. Then you don't have to spend so much time doing all your accounts and all the other stuff, all the administration.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I go back to Veronica? Veronique, is it also that you have creditors that want to attach your present bank accounts? Therefore, part of your issue is that you have to find a different repository for your money if you invoice?
If they pay, they can for the moment, if they pay on my bank account actually that I have actually, they can take the money away
Right.
to pay some other debts.
Right.
And I want to manage my debts myself and not to have, because I am an accountant. On the base, I am an accountant. Just I have no difficulties with money, but with the psychological and the economical violence that I get during 13 years, it was difficult for me to manage my money. And I have lost all the facilities that I have to manage my money. Just a time to go back to what I was before I meet my ex-husband.
So Veronique, you know what? There's a lot of things that you're working on, and I honor you for that. The healing that you're going through is beautiful. Okay. And that healing is going to take weeks and months. Okay. So I would love to talk with you more about how we want to do that, particularly for women. But what can you do to support yourself over the next week or two? Okay, before you act, so that you can actually take action and get some money into you.
Yes.
Do you know what those things are?
Yes, I know that it is possible for me to do my invoice. It is just an effort for me to be capable to enter in my program to do my invoice, and I think that I must be most in energy, in high energy to do that. And that for the moment I am in low energy to be able to do that, I think.
You know what? We need to close soon, okay? So how about if we just spend 30 seconds to you right now, sending you love and support for your strength, so that over the next week, when you're sitting there, that you feel the strength to do it. How's that?
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, ladies, I wish you all well. I've got to go.
Yes.
A beautiful one.
Each of you
Hi, Rosalina.
would just say few words to you. So I see you surrounded in power, love, and strength.
Thank you.
Somebody else just wants to say whatever you like to offer her.
Keep shining, keep loving, and receive.
Yes. Thank you.
Know
And use
that
the
you
new
are
resentment.
stronger than you think. You are so much stronger, and just really, really allow how strong you actually are and how strong you've already been.
Thank you.
I saw some beautiful green light around your heart chakra, and the message that came up for me was that you're loved.
Thank you.
And I saw a blue light around you that you get the clarity and strength in the next few weeks to take exactly the decisions you need to take to feel fulfilled and in a fun, fast, and easy way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, ladies?
It's nice that our group can be used for things like this, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very supportive.
Right. Because, like a lot of these things, as we're all saying, it took us a whole lifetime to get here, right? So
Yes.
we cannot solve that in a day or two.
No.
But we can give each other the strength.
And no, we're not alone.
And I know God's strength is with all of us regardless. Anytime we call upon him. All right?
Yes.
So Veronique, don't feel like you've got to solve all your issues. You just need to be able to just have that little energy to be able to do those invoices, because then that'll start to feed you when that money comes
Yes, thank you.
in. So anything else that anybody else would like to add before we conclude? So this topic, just to let you know, Deborah and I, we've been talking about it for a while. And Nuna, you're also saying that you do work with trauma, right? We really want to create women's circles that really makes women feel secure to share around that. We're not exactly sure how to do it yet, but it's really been on my mind and heart for such a long time, because I see it's so prevalent. Not just domestic abuse, but a lot of sexual abuse issues also.
Yes.
So I want to put that out to all of you, because what makes us special. We're really genuine in terms of the love and the caring. So how do we then offer it? What should we call such a circle so that women feel safe? Because we didn't want to call it like a name that people would think, And we also didn't want it to become like people think that they're coming for therapy, because that's not what we want to do.
No. I get visions about like shamanic things, circle things, and the shamanic way of life is in circles and empowering women in some way, perhaps connecting to the Mother Earth energy, which is so feminine.
Yeah. So how do we do that in this kind of virtual circle? Because obviously we're not doing it in physical.
No. Yes.
No.
It could be. I think that one of the very strong thing in women's circle is that we share, and we are good at sharing. Men are not that good at sharing. Well, it's a little bit black-white, but we are good at sharing because we don't have competition so much in the way we speak. So we feel we feel like we're in the same boat, and everybody is nodding, and when people is talking, so we are supporting each other just by sharing. So perhaps it could be some kind of guided meditations, and for each group session, 1 or 2 are in the circle, sharing their story, getting support from the other women, knowing that they are not alone, because this is one of the things about trauma. You get what's the opposite of connected?
Disconnect.
You get disconnected. You get disconnected from time, from your body, from that you're feeling loved, from all kind of things. So working on the connectedness or being connected, that's very important for healing trauma.
Yeah. What you said about story, I think is very important. Maybe we call it like women sharing their story of trauma or something. Right?
Yes.
Like a lot of women are still not ready to own that they're like domestic violence or they're sexually abused, right? Maybe they feel comfortable about coming and maybe hearing other women's stories.
Yes.
So maybe we started with something like that, because once women hear the stories, then they feel more secure to share their stories.
Yes.
Right? So anyways, this is very interesting. So Deborah, this is so interesting that you are here. Because I've been talking about this for months, and I didn't think she can come to this meeting right now, and here she is. And
Can I hear, Deborah? I didn't hear about your businesses, only that you live in Texas, and it was a bit difficult to develop your business. What kind of business are you in? What do you work with?
I've been a trauma counselor for many years.
Yeah.
And that's not the business I have difficulty, because there's lots of trauma around here.
Yes.
But I have a networking business that I've gotten into, and so that's a whole nother animal.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so Deborah and I and another woman from England, okay, we've been talking about this. She has not come to these VBM yet, but she's a perfect example, very upper middle class British, the proper British woman with a little hat and the proper purse. And so she's a perfect example of somebody that she came out with her story finally. Like, you know, because the British are so like and everything.
Yes.
So she's such a perfect, you know, model for other people, because as you know, it has nothing to do with social economic levels.
No.
Okay? It's like it affects everybody.
Yes.
So she and I started it, and because of Deborah's work, and you know, and I just keep on coming across so many women.
Oh yeah.
You know? I didn't have it in this lifetime, but I'm sure I had it in lots of other lifetimes. You know, for sure, lots of sexual abuse in lots of other lifetimes. I don't think it's possible to be a woman without having it in our cell somewhere. You know, or just even the harassment from men is enough, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so this is why we've been saying, how do we do that? And we've been trying to figure out how to do it. All right. So now it sounds like it's maybe we're getting closer and closer because, you know, we're getting more women from the like, you know, the whole you know, the Rogers entrepreneur movement. You know, even though that seems very business oriented, but as people can see, as soon as they come here, we're all about womenhood stuff. Yeah. And just to let you know that there's going to be another very big group called Stargate. And they're all like spiritual energy people who are going to be joining us very soon too. So for those of you who are interested in this whole thing around, you know, just supporting women and trauma, we would love to hear your ideas. Okay. And how do we, you know, what do we call it? How do we structure it? And then how do we reach out to women so that they know that they can come here and that it's really as safe as what you experience yourself? Okay?
Perhaps it should be something about the story. You said it yourself, Ruby. Perhaps it's something about tell your story or be supported in your story or something about the story, perhaps.
Yeah. But I think we do need to let them know it's trauma or something, right? Your story of trauma or your story of whatever. You know, otherwise people may want to come in and talk about their story of their business. You know, how they started their startup, whatever.
But it can be useful too. It can be useful too to see what we have done to go up of the drama. Because for me, what's going on to go up of the drama that I am living, it's that I am all the time positive, that I am all the time optimist. And this can be helping it can help others to know what the keys are to go up the drama and to see what we can do.
Well, see, that would be part of it, okay? Part of it is that, first of all, we provide a safe environment. Then people who feel like I want help, you know, they have people like Deborah, they have people like Nuna. They have people who are experts in this. And to me, it's the best way of marketing.
Yes, I think so.
Because we're not attaching marketing. Like, we don't have an agenda like, oh, we're only having you come into this because we really want you to turn you into a client, right? That we're genuinely here. You know? That's obvious. You know, we're not going through the normal marketing. Oh, here's your free thing, then here's your gift, and here's your download. And then we're going to tell you this expensive program, right? But it's obvious that for people who then feel secure and feel safe, because by that time they'll know Nuna, they'll know Deborah, they'll know these other people that we have within our group who truly can provide support, you know?
Yes.
So that's why see, that's the whole idea of these, you know, like we want to do more special virtual, village things to really help women with the issues that, you know, okay? Like we're going to actually do virtual labs for people to help them with their marketing. This is an update thing I want to tell you about, okay? So like, for example, I just can't think, Rosalina, she's a master online marketer.
Yes.
Okay? So we've been talking about how we're going to do labs that people will sit in love seats, not hot seats. Love seats. And they're going to talk about their business. And then people like Rosalina, and then we have Minka, who really knows how to teach people how to be a speaker and get them on TEDx stages. Okay.
Wow.
Then we have another woman who potentially could teach women how to do video. Okay.
Oh yeah.
We have these free labs. All right. Again, no agenda, not saying, okay, you got to buy afterward. Truly a gift from the sisterhood. And then that'll give them the pathway. Now, the thing is that we're very careful that, especially for the business training, we don't want to advertise it, you know. Then we don't want people who come in who are takers. You know what I mean? They come in, they just want to get that free support, right? So we're saying, you know, we need to know that you are a regular VVM person. You're part of the sisterhood already, which you all are, right? You get invited to these special things. Now, with the conversation about the stories, I don't know how we'll approach that one, okay? That one we want to reach as many women as possible, right? So anyway, so these are all ideas. So again, I'm going to post it onto our community, and then, you know, let's share this and let's keep on talking about this. And obviously this was up because here you are all staying here still wanting to talk about this, you know? And it just so happens that's interesting that two of you are here that are women who can really provide professional support. And we have other women too, you know? So, because, I mean, like, I think one woman said it so beautifully once, I heard years ago. She said, when a woman is supported, she is unstoppable.
Yes.
Everything. And when a woman is put down, she totally just implodes within herself. Yes. That is so true for women, isn't it? I mean, like, we just need a little bit of support. Little support just takes us so much. Yes. You know? And I want to just share you one thing because this is so inspirational for me. Oh, we just lost. Who did we lose? Okay. I'm in this program put on by the U.S. State Department, okay? It brings in 100 women every year from Africa, Middle East, and Central Asia. 100 of them. To come and work at the best Silicon Valley companies like Twitter, like Google, and all of that, okay? You can imagine there's 100 of them. 4,000 women apply for these positions. So they are the cream of their countries. They're smart, they're brilliant, they all want to do good for the world. I am a culture mentor. So what that means is that I get to play with them. I drive them around at nights, I drive them around on the weekends and show them stuff, okay? But the point that I'm saying is that kind of things we talk about, they've definitely got on their levels. Because women are so much more abused in those countries.
Yeah.
And it's so much more not spoken about.
Yes.
You know? Like one of the projects they wanted to do from a country from Central Asia, Uzbekistan or something. They were saying a lot of the men would leave the countries to get jobs on the outside. Then they don't come back and they abandon their family and the kids. And the family and the kids are totally discarded by the whole culture. So they were trying to do a program to support those women.
Okay.
This is the kind of stuff they're doing. So what I'm just saying is the kind of stuff that we're doing is then how do we make it, you know, like we're kind of practicing among ourselves here. Then how do we make it available to more and more people?
Yes. Yes.
Because those cultures, literally the culture blames on them for the husband to never come back.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
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 You know, so how do we support women to say, sister, it's not your fault. The guy's a jerk. All right? So you bring in your own strength, and this is how you can potentially kind of, you know, anyways, you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, definitely.
You know? So let's keep on talking.
Yes.
I so appreciate your hearts and your caring. All right? So Deborah, so let's really work on something. And Nuna, since you actually, you know, have skills in this area, we would love for you to figure it out with us. Okay?
Yes.
How we can do this. All right?
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yes.
So Deborah, it's a perfect time for you to have become a circle leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deborah just joined us as a circle leader, which doesn't
cool.
that, you know, she's going to be getting more involved with us and stuff like that. So anyway, okay. All right, ladies, thank you so much. And actually, all that got recorded. Is that okay? All that we spoke about got recorded? Because I think some other women might want to hear about it, and they may want to participate on some level also. Okay?
Did you ask Veronica about that too as well?
It's not a problem for me to be recorded.
Okay, good.
I have write my story in the book,
Okay.
book of the passion tests.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
That's the problem.